Hello, I want to show you how I make my ground beef jerky recipe. Today I'm using grass-fed beef, but you can use any kind of beef with a low fat content. Bison works great. Turkey, you can use anything. The key is that you have to get the internal temperature to 160. That makes it safe to eat. I start with onion powder, half a teaspoon. And I use half a teaspoon of garlic powder. Like I said, any kind of meat will work that whatever you choose. I like the Montreal low sodium steak, half a teaspoon. I don't think you need salt at this point because we got other ingredients that will put the salt. I like crushed red pepper. Gives it a little heat. You guys can mess around with that, make it put more or less. And the wet ingredients. Right there I have a half a teaspoon, but I'm showing a 1 tablespoon. You can use either, whatever you want to do for taste. It just comes down to the moisture content. But I use a low sodium soy sauce that still has pretty good salt in it. Worcestershire, that has good salt in it. I think you can get away with a teaspoon or a tablespoon of either one of these wet ingredients. Liquid smoke gives it that obviously smoky taste. I think I spill it here, but generous amount of liquid smoke. So you just got to mix it. Use a masher if you want. Your hands will work just as well or better. I just try to mix all the dry ingredients together as evenly as possible throughout the meat. This is how I put it in overnight. I just roll it in a ball and I cover it with parchment. Cover it with plastic wrap, but you guys can just put the ball in the plastic wrap. I just chose to do it this way. Put it in the refrigerator for at least a few hours. Overnight would be even better. So when you take it out of the refrigerator, and I have to might as well preheat the oven at this point. My oven only goes to 170, but if you can get yours down to 160, that would be ideal. Or if you have a dehydrator, you can just go that route. Put it between 2 pieces of parchment paper, and I just use a rolling pin to roll it out. You just want to get as uniform as possible, just to make sure it's even. I square up the ends to try to have a uniform thickness and a uniform kind of strip. I'm sizing up the rack there to make sure I got enough room. I score the meat before I put it in the oven for the first time. This helps to break it apart after we cook one side. Put it in the oven, 160 for 2 hours. My oven only goes to 170. So after 2 hours, remove it. You can flip it over onto the rack. If they break apart, that's perfect. Otherwise, scissors work good. Kitchen shears work well. And get these and put them on the rack. Once you get it off the parchment paper and you put it on the rack, then the oven and the heat really gets around the whole jerky and starts to dry it out. I try to put it on the rack with space all around each one, best I can. Just kind of even the spaces out in between. Put it back in for 2 hours. After 2 hours, I raise the temperature to 300 degrees for 15 minutes. I just put it in for 15. We're just trying to get the internal temperature up to 160. That will kill any of the bugs. Well, kill any of the bacteria if there is any. But basically, I pat dry, and it's done. That's the beef jerky. Throw it in the refrigerator, and it's good to go. Let me know in the comments if it works for you.